Are your Amazon ads actually making you money? In this video, I'll show you how to track your ACOS, understand your return on investment, and make confident decisions about the money that you're going to spend. So the first thing that you want to be doing when using Amazon ads is figuring out what your break-even ACOS is. Now, in this video, that's going to be a book because we're focusing on book publishing, but it can apply to any type of product across Amazon as well. Now, the break-even ACOS is the amount of royalty that you receive out of the sale price. So let's say your break-even ACOS is 30%. That basically means that you're going to receive $3 out of a $10 royalty. So 30%, right? So that's your break-even ACOS. When you figure that out, we can utilize that break-even ACOS to make sure that our ads are profitable. To figure out what this is for our books, we go to our pricing screen on our Amazon KDP bookshelf. So here I'm looking at this Barney Loves Bananas children's book. And so if we scroll down to pricing, you can see that I've got it here listed for $9.99 and the royalty on this book is $1.79. So for every sale I'm making $1.79 on this book. And to figure out what my break-even ACOS is, you just divide the royalty by the list price. So if we get up a calculator here, we do $1.79 divided by $9.99. And then we times it by 100 to get a percentage. So our break-even ACOS on this book is 17.91% in the US marketplace. So if you're selling across multiple marketplaces, it will be important to do this for all of your marketplaces, but that break-even ACOS is just a great figure to know. So if you're following along with me, make sure you've got your break-even ACOS ready and then go over to your Amazon Ads dashboard. So your Amazon Ads dashboard will look a little bit like this. This ACOS in the top right hand side here, or if you scroll down, it's listed here on the ends. That ACOS, in an ideal world, in order to be profitable, is going to be below that 17.9% for this book. So these are my ads that I'm running at the moment for this book. And you can see here my ACOS is 40.16%. So they're not directly profitable because I know that break-even ACOS is 17.9%. However, when I come down to the individual ads, you can see that I've not spent too much money as well on these books recently, but this top ad here that's achieved one order in 7 clicks has an ACOS of 22.14%. So that's quite close to that break-even ACOS. So perhaps with this one, with a few more clicks, with a few more orders, that might get below that break-even ACOS. But over time, if it doesn't, a little bit of tweaking could bring that down to be profitable. Now, if your setup's not like this, you need to make sure you go to columns, customize columns, and you want to make sure you have these things ticked. So in order to make sure you know how your ad's performing, you want to have your clicks, your spend, your orders, and then your ACOS. They're the 4 key metrics we're looking at. And that's because you want to know how many clicks you're getting, how many orders you're getting. You can have the sales here as well, but the ACOS is the main thing that's going to help you know if your ads are directly profitable. Now, not all ads need to be directly profitable in order to make you money over the long term. And that is something that some advertisers on Amazon do not realize. So especially when your book is new, it might make sense to run ads at a higher than break-even ACOS in order to try and rank for certain keywords and appear in other places on Amazon. That book might then start appearing for certain search terms, and it might appear in the also bought section as well. That can drive free organic sales in addition to the sales that you're driving via your ads. Now, ranking for keywords is incredibly valuable on Amazon, and those also boughts can be useful as well. But my rule of thumb tends to be for keyword ads, I'm happy to run at a higher ACOS, but for my product and my category ads, I like to run around that break-even ACOS mark. That's a target that I'll aim for. The reason I do this is I find that I don't get that many additional sales, at least at my volume, by selling more books through products or category ads. But I have found that I do sell a lot of books organically when they're ranking for certain keywords. And you're going to achieve that by selling your books using keyword ads. So product ads, category ads, I try and keep them around that 17.9% for this book. But then keyword ads and even auto ads when you first launch them, I'm happy for them to be 40, 50, 60% as long as they're generating some sales within the first month or two. So let's say you've got a book, you've launched it, your break-even ACOS is 20% and you're a bit worried because you're running a keyword ad and it's at 50%. That means you're not making a positive return on investment on your book. But what could happen is that over time, Let's say you spend $100 on that keyword ad and you've made back $40. You're down $60 on that ad, but the organic sales that could be driven over time might make up that $60 and more. So as well as tracking how your keyword ads and your other ads are performing, it's important to have a look around on Amazon, see where you're ranking for certain search terms, and track your organic sales as well as your advertising sales. And just to show you a quick example of what is possible via organic sales after you've ranked for certain keywords, I'm going to share with you my best-selling colouring book. So you can see here, I launched the book in July of 2023. I got some initial sales using ads and I noticed it started ranking for certain keywords. And then after December, after that Q4 peak, I turned the ads off. But it still made a load of sales throughout the whole of the next year and then a peak again in December of 2024. This year again is continuing to sell and I'm hoping that it's going to get more sales in December of this year as well. So this book, I probably spent several hundred on ads, and especially those keyword ads, they were above that break-even ACOS level. But this book has now generated me $13,353 in royalties. So even though those ads weren't directly profitable, over time, those ads have made me a lot of money. So it's about trying to find that balance about direct profitability, that return on investment, versus long-term organic sales as well. Another thing to mention is if your book or product's in a series, you can drive additional sales to those other products as well. So let's say you've got book 1 and you're driving sales to that via an ad, but you've also got 5 other books in that series. You might not be directly profitable on book 1 with your ads, but then people might go on to buy book 2, book 3, book 4, which means over time, your ads are actually directly profitable. So when you're publishing or when you're selling products over on Amazon, make sure you're aware of your ACOS and your break-even ACOS. It's one of the key metrics I study on all of my ads. And what I've found over my years of running Amazon ads is that if your ACOS is really high, a bit of an outlier, it might be because there's something wrong with your product or with your targeting. That's why it's important to continue to optimize your books and your products and make them the best that they can be, as well as optimizing your ads over time as well. Another way of looking at whether your ad is performing properly and converting well is to look at your conversion rate. My metrics with this is I want to be getting a sale every 10 clicks. Some of my ads perform better than this and some perform slightly worse than this, but having that as a base target seems to work for me. If my ads are running, and let's say I've got 5 orders from 100 clicks, that's half of what I would be expecting. So if that was the case, I would think that maybe that ad's not quite performing well, so I'd have a look at the front cover, see if there's anything I could do to update that to help it convert better. And I would go into my targeting as well and see if there's any keywords or products that aren't converting there. It could be that one product's got 20 clicks and no orders, in which case I can just turn that one off, and then the ad is better optimized moving forward. One thing I would notice with this as well is just make sure you've got enough data before trying to optimize your ads too much. Let them run and do their things for at least a few weeks until you've got enough data to analyze. Now, I hope this video is useful and gave you a little bit more insights into how I run effective Amazon ads. I've got a ton of videos on the channel all around my advertising strategies, so if you want to check those out, make sure to go to the playlist section and look at my Amazon ads videos. I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.